Did you know that Mauna Loa is the largest active volcano in the world measured by volume? For reference, in my last video, I talked about Mount Shasta, the largest mountain by volume in the contiguous US, which had a volume of 85 cubic miles or 350 cubic kilometers. But Mauna Loa is simply a different beast, as it has an insane volume of 18,000 cubic miles or 75,000 cubic kilometers, making it 200 times larger than Shasta. Mauna Loa is the largest of 5 volcanoes that make up the island of Hawaii, also known as the Big Island. And as you'd expect of a volcano with such a large volume, Mauna Loa is absolutely massive. It covers an area of roughly 2,000 square miles or 5,000 square kilometers, and at its widest, it's 75 miles or 120 kilometers wide, making it considerably larger than the US state of Rhode Island and the largest active volcano in the world as measured by base area. Now, Mauna Loa is so large because it's a shield volcano. Of the 4 primary types of volcanoes, shield volcanoes produce the least explosive eruptions and the most fluid lava flows. Because the flows produced by shield volcanoes are so mobile, they often travel long distances and cover large areas of land in thin layers of lava beds. Over time, these lava layers stack on top of one another, forming a broad, gently sloping feature that resembles a shield, as we can see in this diagram here. Shield volcanoes can be built to be extremely large through this process because they often erupt essentially continuously over very long periods of time. In fact, Olympus Mons on Mars, which is the largest known mountain in the solar system and stands at an elevation of roughly 14 miles or 23 kilometers high, is a shield volcano. But despite the fact that this mountain is roughly the size of Arizona, its slopes are so gradual that you could theoretically be walking up the side of it without even realizing that you are climbing the tallest mountain known to man. Mauna Loa is like Olympus Mons in miniature. Despite being extremely large and rising to an elevation of 13,679 feet or 4,169 meters, its slopes are so gradual that its profile isn't overly impressive or that visually appealing. Now again, Mauna Loa has this distinct profile because it has been producing effusive eruptions essentially continuously for the past 700,000 years. But just because it doesn't tend to produce explosive eruptions doesn't mean that it isn't dangerous. While eruptions at Mauna Loa don't pose a huge threat to human life, the lava flows do pose a significant threat to property and infrastructure. Multiple villages on the island of Hawaii have been completely destroyed by lava flows since the start of the 20th century, and as we can see from this hazard map here,